If you've been seeing headlines or videos saying a $200 Social Security increase starts in January 2026, it's completely understandable if you're confused or even hopeful. In today's video, we're going to slow everything down and walk through what this $200 proposal really is, where it came from, what Congress has actually done so far, and whether you should realistically expect an extra $200 a month on your check in just a few weeks. My goal is to strip out the hype and give you straight fact-based answers so you can plan your budget without relying on rumors or wishful thinking. Before we dive in, I want to ask you a simple yes or no question for the comments. Do you think Congress will really approve a $200 per month Social Security increase in early 2026? Yes or no? Let me know what you think below, because it's important to see how other beneficiaries are feeling about this. And if you find videos like this helpful, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to Social Security Post, so you never miss clear, logical explanations about Social Security, SSI, SSDI, survivor benefits, and all the moving pieces in Washington that affect your monthly check. The $200 increase isn't just something made up on social media. It is tied to a real piece of legislation in the United States Senate called the Social Security Emergency Inflation Relief Act. This bill was introduced on October 30th, 2025 by Senator Elizabeth Warren and a group of Democratic co-sponsors, including Senate leadership. The proposal is designed as an emergency response to higher prices that many lawmakers blame in part on tariffs and rising costs in the broader economy. It's meant to give short-term breathing room to people living on fixed benefits, while everyday essentials like food, utilities, and medications get more expensive. Under the current version of the bill, the plan is not a permanent raise. It would provide an extra $200 per month for 6 months to a wide group of people. Everyone receiving Social Security retirement benefits, Social Security disability insurance, SSDI, supplemental security income, SSI, railroad retirement benefits, and certain Veterans Affairs disability and pension benefits. The idea is that this temporary increase would run roughly from January through mid-2026, depending on the final wording, to help cushion the impact of higher prices. So when you hear $200 raise, what's really being discussed is a 6-month emergency top-up, not a long-term change to the formula like COLA. Now we need to talk about the part that really matters. What has actually been done so far? A bill being introduced is the very first step in a long process, not the finish line. For this $200 increase to become real money in your bank account, several things must happen. The Senate must approve the bill, the House of Representatives must pass it as well, and then the President must sign it into law. As of early December 2025, the Social Security Emergency Inflation Relief Act has only been introduced and referred to committee. It has not passed the Senate, it has not passed the House, and it has not been signed by the President. On top of that, Congress is running on a tight calendar. There are only a few weeks left in the 2025 session before lawmakers leave town for their holiday recess. During this time, they are juggling government funding deadlines, healthcare issues, and other major priorities, which means any brand new benefit proposal has to compete for limited floor time and political attention. Even though it is technically possible for them to move very quickly, pass the bill in both chambers, and get a signature before the end of December, that would require a level of focus and urgency we usually do not see on Social Security add-ons this late in the year. Realistically, from a procedural standpoint, there is no guarantee this bill will even get a vote before they go home. To understand why this proposal is a tough sell, you have to look at the price tag. At the end of 2024, about 72.9 million people were receiving at least one payment from Social Security-administered programs, including retirement, disability, survivors, and SSI. If you add in eligible railroad retirement and veterans beneficiaries, the total number of people targeted by this bill climbs into the mid-70 million range. If we use a conservative estimate of 73 million people and multiply that by $200 per month, you're looking at roughly $14.6 billion every month in extra payments. Over 6 months, that's around $87 to $90 billion in new costs. Now look at the timing. According to the latest 2025 Social Security Trustees projections, the combined Social Security trust funds are on track to be depleted around 2033 to 2034. At that point, unless Congress acts, incoming payroll taxes would only cover about 77 to 81% of scheduled benefits, which translates into a roughly 23% automatic cut for everyone. In that context, pulling close to $90 billion out of the system to fund a temporary 6-month increase makes some lawmakers nervous. It may provide short-term help, but it also risks moving the trust fund's exhaustion date a little closer, making long-term solvency fixes even more urgent. Another big debate around this bill is about who should actually receive the extra $200. As written, the proposal is universal within the benefit population. If you receive Social Security, SSI, certain VA benefits, or railroad retirement, you get the same $200 top-up for 6 months, regardless of your total income. That means a retired worker trying to survive on $1,100 per month and a retired professional drawing $4,000 per month would both get the same extra amount. Many advocates and economists argue that this is not the most efficient way to use nearly $90 billion in limited funds, especially when the Social Security system already faces long-term financing issues. Research on past stimulus programs shows that lower income and liquidity-constrained households are far more likely to spend relief money quickly on essentials like food, rent, utilities, and medicine, while higher income households are more likely to save it or use it to pay down debt. That means that if Congress took the same amount of money and targeted it more narrowly, say the bottom 25 to 30% of beneficiaries by income, the dollars could go further, either by increasing the monthly amount, extending the duration beyond 6 months, or both. On the flip side, giving everyone the same $200 for a short period raises the risk of creating a benefit cliff, where millions of people come to rely on that extra cash, only to see it suddenly vanish after 6 months, leaving them worse off emotionally and financially when the temporary help ends. So, after looking at the politics, the process, and the math, what's the honest answer to the question everyone is asking? Is the $200 increase actually going to start in January 2026? As of right now, the truthful answer is no one can say yes with any confidence. The bill is real and the proposal is clear. It has the backing of some influential senators, and it addresses real pain for seniors and people with disabilities struggling under higher prices. But it has not moved through the full legislative process. Time is running short in the current session, and the cost and trust fund issues make it a heavy lift for lawmakers who are already worried about a 23% cut hitting in the early 2030s if they don't repair Social Security's finances. From a practical standpoint, the odds of checks automatically rising by $200 a month for everyone in January 2026 are very low unless we see a sudden, major shift in Congress in the next few weeks. That doesn't mean the idea is dead forever. Lawmakers can revisit the Social Security Emergency Inflation Relief Act in early 2026, or modify it, or combine it with other relief ideas such as tariff dividend payments or more targeted stimulus for lower-income households. For you as a beneficiary, the safest approach is to plan your 2026 budget based on the benefits you know are coming, your regular Social Security amount plus the confirmed COLA, not on an unapproved proposal. If you found this breakdown helpful, please like this video and subscribe to Social Security Post so you always get fact-checked updates instead of rumors. And tell me in the comments, do you believe this kind of $200 increase should be targeted to the lowest income beneficiaries or sent to everyone equally, Yes or no?